Today we're going to break down Bethel's song, Even Though I Walk, in the key of A flat. This is a fantastic song, and as far as guitar parts go, this is a pretty forgiving song. There's a lot of room for all different kinds of parts. So let's walk through it, get a big picture of the chord progression, the map of the song, the dynamic path, and then talk about maybe some options we have. All right, so we're counting 4, 68 beat per minute, nothing unusual there. Song's in the key of A flat, and these are the chords we're going to use for the song. But we're only using the bass note here for the 3 chords.
His name is Yahweh. He is enough for me, and I have a Father. His name is Abba. He is my everything, and even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil.
It's the most common progression we're going to see. We're going to practice progression over and over again. This is the one. That's our verse.
I have a Savior. His name is Messiah, and He gives me perfect peace.
Just repeating that verse.
And I have a healer. His name is Jehovah. He is my God.
Really big chorus here.
Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I
So
will
good.
fear no
So good.
Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
See this 1/3 chord quite a bit.
Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil.
Whoops.
Hey, yeah, yeah. We're fearing no evil.
All right.
Oh, death,
All kinds of room in here.
sting. Oh, grave, you have met my king. Oh, fear,
All right, so we have 3 bridges.
we both know who is.
You can see here in our dynamic path of the song, we're going to do some repeats. This is our first 2 repeats here, bridge 1. So this is our first progression. Just some 4 and 5 back and forth.
Oh, death, you have lost your sting. Oh, grave, you have met my king. Oh, fear, are you trembling? We both know who it is. Shout it out, shout it out.
Do that again.
You have lost your sting. Oh, grave, you have met my king. Oh, fear, are you trembling?
All right, so here comes bridge 2.
We both know who is this fire.
The 1 chord,
You have lost your sting.
building it.
Oh, grave, you have met my king. Oh, fear, are you trembling? We both know who is. We both know who is this fire. Oh, death, you have lost
Bridge
your
3.
sting. Oh, grave, you have met my king.
Great little move there.
Oh, fear, are you trembling?
All right, we'll talk about this in a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're back up in our chorus.
I will fear no evil. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will
All right, so after this chorus, we're going back into the bridge, but it's not bridge 1. It's going to be bridge 2 and 3.
I will fear no evil. Oh, death, you have lost your sting. Oh, grave, you have met my king. Oh, fear, are you trembling? We both know who is. We both know who is this fight. Oh, death, you have lost your sting. Oh, grave,
Great progression. All right, and no rest on it. And we drop and we're good. All right, let's talk chords. We're in the key of A flat, and as much as I want to know how to play in the key of A flat, as much as I want you to know how to play in the key of A flat, I'm gonna tell you I need a really good reason not to just capo one in this and play in G. Now, are there times when you forget your capo and you need to know how to play in A flat? Yes, but here's the difference. It's one thing to use a capo to try to get you out of having to learn A flat, right? That's one thing. But it's another thing if you actually know how to play an A flat, but you decide that you're gonna capo one and play in G because you just like the options better. There probably is gonna be a situation when you have to play an A flat. You're not gonna have that capo option. And so we still wanna know this stuff, but we gotta get rid of that badge of honor thing, like a capo. That's for people who are down here. I'm up here as a player. I just find that ridiculous. If you wanna use open strings, we need a capo, period. I would capo one in this song. Let's go to our capo chart here, see if we have any other options. So we're in the key of A flat, and we have a capo one. Really the only other option I would have to capo that I would like is capoing four and playing an E. And you get some really big sounds in the key of E, so this might be a fun one to try. But I think G is gonna give me the most bang for my buck here, so I'm gonna capo one and play it in G. We're using the 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6 chord, and then you'll see that 1/3. We'll see that 3 in the bass. The chord progression is pretty simple. Remember, if you see chords underlined like this, they're gonna share the bar. So if we're counting 4, that means this chord is gonna get 2 beats and this one's gonna get 2 beats. And we're gonna see this progression all over the place in here. So this is a non-negotiable. We really need to know this progression and have a good option there. We have 3 bridges. This first bridge, just 4, 5, back and forth, repeating itself. And then we make a shift here to, you see the verse chords. So again, I love writing out in bar form like this because it just simplifies everything. Now I can see patterns and go, oh, okay. When you have chords over lyrics on a chart, it just makes it look like the chords are just random and you have no idea what's coming next. Well, we don't want to be chart zombies, just frozen on the chart, not sure what to do. This is why I write it out like this, because we can identify these patterns and go, oh, okay, when I'm learning this progression here, I'm also learning a progression for bridge 2. And then we hit that big bridge 3 here, a couple slash chords, 1/5, 2 minor, 1/3. And then this last beat here, I'm gonna put an X for rest, just on that last beat. So this is only in this bridge 3 section right here. They don't do it here. So just carry out that 4 chord all the way through. Now, in terms of the map, this is interesting. The most common place for a worship song to start, I'll let you guess, is where? It's not here in the middle, it's right down here. So we have a really great example here of when a song starts in the pocket. We hear a drum groove right away. We hear some instrumentation introduced, more than just the piano or the pad or that acoustic guitar. We hear the band, but we know it's not high energy yet. And we don't see a lot of worship songs that start like this, but I think it's worth pointing out that this is not one of those really fast, intense songs where everybody's coming in hot, and it's not one of those chill songs where we have just one instrument in there. We have this in-between space that we're shooting for, which means as a guitar player, we need to be ready to play in that space, which I'm gonna call the pocket, but we also need to have a part that's ready for that chill space. If we're not the dominant instrument that has to carry that chord progression, then really our role is just color. And then when we hit the pocket, we're gonna bring in some rhythmic elements. And then when we hit that final spot, as we're growing up into this build into bridge 3 and our chorus, so we're just up all the way here. That's a unique space. So I'm always gonna ask you this, what are you saving for this space here? And when you have a bridge, chorus, bridge, we have a lot of time here where we're staying up pretty high. I would recommend layering your build here as well. Maybe you don't go to your bridge pick up until this spot on these last 2 bridges. Maybe you don't go your 8th note strumming down, 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 down until those last 2. Maybe you don't hit your boost until this last bit here. If we played the same thing the entire time, it might start sounding a little monotonous, like there's just nowhere to go. This is such a guitar song. There are so many different kinds of guitar parts you could add to this that would sound great. On this album, they have layers and layers of guitars in here. So you are gonna have to decide, are you gonna do the really heavy driving power spaces on the guitar? Are you gonna be arpeggiating? Are you gonna be playing these big low spaces? Are you gonna be picking? Or are you gonna be going high and trying to find something up there? All kinds of opportunity up there when we're using our open G. In this case, an open A flat. So I have all of that in my chord PDF, different options in G. But it feels like, key of G always feels like it's FOMO a little bit, fear of missing out, because I want to like do all of them. I want to do everything. I want to throw some in there with a cleaner tone. I want to have these big driving chords in there. I want to go high and get all that stuff in there too. But I know most of you out there, you're the only electric guitarist in your band. And so it's tough to choose. Well, here's my recommendation to you. When it comes down to it, I think this is why I put the dynamic path here at the bottom. Make decisions that helps your band shape energy in this way. If you're down here and you have a piano player also playing, you know, sometimes that piano can like slide in some synth in the background if it's like a keyboard, some synth or strings or something that can also kind of beef up that space, which may free you up to go higher. A piano player could also like be playing and then jump up and play a higher octave in strings to fill up that higher register so that you could play these and they take that higher space in there. Maybe your piano player is doing a bunch of arpeggiating, all that stuff. Well, maybe you're picking, then you don't need your picking. And you can just keep it big and keep it kind of washy. Maybe just lay out some diamonds in there. Make sure the decisions you're making are a response to the decisions of your band. And hopefully they're listening back to you and responding accordingly. And last, let's just talk this 1/3 chord. When you're down, the key of G gives you a great option for this. If you want that G over B, I'm gonna put my finger here and I'm gonna use my middle finger to mute this top string. So on the verse, I used my thumb there to mute, didn't I? Do it again. 1 to the 5, 2, 3, 4. And the rest of it, it's just our big 4 chords, our 1, 4, 5, and 6 position. So I'm curious, let me know in the comments. Did you choose to use some anchor position open chords up here? Did you choose to use some of those Ace worship triads? Did you choose to use a lot of open strings? Did you go up super high? When you went up high here, were you doing melodies? Were you doing dyads? Were you trying all 3 notes for a triad? All kinds of decisions. And you know what? There's no one exact part that is the best part. I want you to feel permission to believe that your guitar part is a good guitar part. At some point, you just need to trust the decision you make. We can only choose one part to play. And there are so many ways to get this song right and add value to it. So this week, I want you to feel confident when you get on stage. Maybe you can't hit the melody that you want to hit, but that's all right. You're going to play some great big open chords underneath it. Maybe you can't get to that picking pattern you wanted to do, but you can get to some of those higher melodies. So that's okay. On these albums, they have the advantage of layering 6 guitars. We just have 1. So have confidence that God is going to use what you bring to the table to help people worship Him. Well, guys, I hope that helped a little bit prepare you for this song on Sunday. If you have any questions, email me at cj@don'tgiveup.pro. And remember, I do coaching as well. If you have a specific song you want to work through, let me know. I'd love to set up a time one-on-one where we can work through that. We'll see you next time.